Very good afternoon, students. So, today we are learning the chapter Fiber to Fabric. In the previous class, we have learnt about processing of wool. In today's section, we'll learn about silk production. Next is life cycle of a silk moth. The silk moth has a complicated life cycle. The female moth ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. The female moth lays around 400 eggs at a time, okay, on the leaves of the plant. And the silkworm, okay, so from that egg the silkworm, the worm, or it is called as larva or caterpillar. Okay, from that eggs the silkworm or a larva or a caterpillar, okay, it will comes out. Okay, this caterpillar stage of the silk moth and emerges of an egg after the 10 days. Okay, so after laying the eggs, the caterpillar or larvas will come out from the egg after 10 days. It grows to about 3 inches long and feed on the leaves for about 5 weeks. Okay, they'll feed on the leaves for 5 weeks. Okay, and then it then spins a cocoon. Okay, it then spins a cocoon or case around itself in 3 to 7 days. It means ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಹುಳ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ರೇಷ್ಮೆ ಹುಳ ತನ್ನಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನೇ ಒಂದು ಗೂಡನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ತರ ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಸಲೈವರಿ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ವಾ secretes a sticky secretions through a very narrow pore. From their mouth they'll produce a salivary or sticky secretion from the salivary gland. Okay, the secretion is continuous after coming in contact with the air. Okay, once they come in contact with the air, so they'll continuously produce this thread, and it is finally converted into a fine, long, and a solid thread of silk. You can see here. Yeah, so this this thread becomes wrapped around the body of a larva, and it will coming into a pupa stage. Okay, so it is cocoon stage. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹುಳ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹುಳ ಗೂಡು ಕಟ್ಟತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಗೂಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯೂಪಾ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ wrapped around the body of a larva, forming a pupal cocoon, and the entire cocoon is made by a single thread. Okay, it is made by a single thread which can be around 3000 feet long. And the inner part of the cocoon, inside this, okay, inner part of the cocoon is a fine thread. Okay, so about 1000 feet long, which is wound around the body of the worm. And this thread or a filament is used in the silk industry. Okay, inside the, okay, outer side yellow color ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದಟ್ ಕಕೂನ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಟರ್ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಪ್ಯೂಪಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ತರ ಹುಳ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗೂಡು ತರ ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಇದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ಯೂಪಾ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. So this female moth will lay 400 eggs at a time. So these eggs after 10 days it will get hatched. So it becomes a worm or a silkworm or a caterpillar. So it will grow up to 5 weeks on the surface of the leaves, and it will grow into 3 inches. Okay, after 3 inches, after 5 weeks of the growth, so they'll form a cocoon by using the salivary secretions in the mouth. Okay, so this silkworm will wrap a silk thread around itself, and it forms a cocoon. And after 7 to 8 days it will form the pupa. Okay, this pupa contains a moth. This moth again lay 400 eggs, and it will continue the cycle. And next one is health hazards associated with the silk production. Okay, what are the health hazards are related to silk production? Okay, burns are common as workers continuously work with the boiling water. You know that, right? So they have to work with this hot water. So hot boiling water. So burns are common as workers continuously work with the boiling water. And second one is arthritis. Arthritis of hands and fingers is also common as people reel silk into yarn. Arthritis means bone damage or a weakness of the bones. So, okay, finger bones and the hand bones. And exposure to loud noise. Okay, exposure to loud noise during this reeling or weaving. So this during weaving and spinning can result in a permanent hearing damage. Okay, exposure to loud noise during weaving and spinning can result in a permanent hearing damage. Okay, this is about chapter fiber to fabric. I hope you have understood. Thank you, children. Next is silk production process. Okay, so now we got the silk. Now we have the cocoons, right? So the eggs of the silk moth placed in the open containers of wood or cardboard. Okay, so they'll place on the containers or a wood or a cardboard. The eggs are kept in moist places, more moist and a warm temperature, and it should be well ventilated place ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು. And they maintain the temperature of 85 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, they'll maintain 85 degree Fahrenheit of temperature they maintain. Once these eggs once they hatch into caterpillars, the caterpillar means worm stage. Okay, they are fed on the plenty of mulberry leaves or on the artificial silkworm diet. This silkworm and this caterpillar spins into a cocoon around them. You know that, right? So they'll spin a cocoon around them. So the cocoons are collected. All the cocoons are collected and put into a hot water. Okay, they'll put it to a hot water or expose it to hot air or the scorching heat of the sun. Okay, they may be dry in the sun, or they'll put into the hot water. This kills the silkworm and loosens the silk fibers. You know that inside the cocoon, so there may be a pupa stage or a worm. Okay, when you put this into the hot water or when you expose it into the sun, so the pupal stage or the worm which is present inside this cocoon will die. This kills the silkworm and it loosens the soft fibers. The silk fibers are then taken out. Okay, then taken out and unwound from the cocoon. This process is called as ರೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಲೂಸನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಫೈಬರು, ಆ ಫೈಬರ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಈ ತರ ರೀಲ್ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಯಾರ್ನ್ ತರ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ರೀಲಿಂಗ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ machines. The fibers are then spun into silk. Okay, if we have yarn means we can produce the silk cloth, and the fibers are spun into silk threads. These are then woven into silk fabric. Okay, this is about the production of silk. And our India produces several types of silk. If the silkworms are fed on mulberry leaves, okay, by using the beds, separate beds for this, so it is called as mulberry silk. And if the silkworms are fed on the leaves of the trees, okay, leaves of the trees ಅಂದ್ರೆ so ಮರದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ, so that kind of silk is called as sal, arjun and saja. This silk is also known as tassar. Okay, tassar silk which is growing on the trees. And next one is eri silk. Eri silk is produced when the silkworm feed on the castor plant leaves. Castor ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅರಳೆ ಎಣ್ಣೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅರಳೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ವರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ರೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಎರಿ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮುಗಾ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್. Okay, this muga silk is produced when the silkworms feed on the polyanthus leaves. Okay, polyanthus ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ವರ್ಮ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ರೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಮುಗಾ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್. And silkworms fed with the other leaves produces, okay, other leaves other than this polyanthus or mulberry or eri. So they are called as, other than this, they are called as wild silk. Wild silk anta ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, each type of silk produces a different kind of yarn. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರದ ನೂಲನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And 10 to 12 days, okay, 10 to 12 days after the completion of this cocoon, a perfect moth will be emerges from this cocoon. Okay, ಇದು ಪ್ಯೂಪಾ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಪ್ಯೂಪಾನ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಆದಷ್ಟಕ್ಕದೇ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಮಾತ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಮಾತ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಟ್ಟೆ ತರ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ 10 to 12 days after the completion of the cocoon, a perfect moth emerges from the cocoon. In 4 to 6 days, this female, one of the female moth lay 400 eggs. Okay, 400 eggs, and it will start the another life cycle. Okay, so in this way the silkworm is produced. History. Coming to the characteristics of silk. Okay, silk is a shiny and a soft fabric. You know that, right? It is very shiny and a soft. It remains cool in summer and warm in the winters. And it absorbs moisture and can be dyed easily. Dyeing means coloring. It can be easily colored. Next, it is the strongest of all the natural fibers. This is the characteristics of a silk. Next is sericulture. ಸೊ ರೇಷ್ಮೆ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಿರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ವಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೇಷ್ಮೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ರೇಷ್ಮೆ ಹುಳ ಬೆಳೆಸೋದನ್ನ ರೇಷ್ಮೆ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್, ಸೊ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೇರಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ವಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಿರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. And coming to this, most importantly, Chinese and Indian silk are popular throughout the world. Okay, this is about the silk production. Silk is obtained from silkworm. According to Confucius, Confucius is a Chinese philosopher. One day in 2640 BC, means before Christ, the Chinese princess Xi Lingxi stood with a cup of tea under a mulberry tree. Okay, when she is sitting there, suddenly a silkworm cocoon, andre reshme godu, so fell into her tea, and she observed its shining fiber as it began to unwind. And from that historic moment, the Chinese discovered silk fibers. And these Chinese people kept the art of silk making a secret for the next 3000 years. They kept it as a secret. And it is said that the eggs of the silkworm, the eggs, so motte iruttala silkworm motte, so these eggs of the silkworms are smuggled to India in the headdresses of another Chinese princess. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೈನಾ ಇಂದ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಗೆ ಸೊ ಈ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್ ವರ್ಮ್ ಎಗ್ಸ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಚೈನೀಸ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಲ್ಕ್.